Yeah, I bet it did. Alright, I got a lot of stuff written down for this.
Okay.
Unless someone else wants to go first.
Oh, Max, you go first.
I really want to hear what Max thought.
That's alright. I found the latter half of the movie more enjoyable than the first half.
Agree.
The pacing of the movie felt like what's the way to describe it?
It didn't feel long. I liked that. To me, at least, it didn't really feel too long.
Almost like when a manga author gets told, "Yeah, we're not gonna be able to continue this." So you get the entire arc done in like one string of things. Because it was the movie started, go to space, gets hit by solar flare, immediate Phoenix stuff happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Playing off of that, I think my issue, the thing is with with both X-Men series, with the whole Jean thing. I think Jean is in the first series, she's introduced in the first movie, right? But in this one, I just kind of wish they would introduce Jean earlier and then make me like her. So when this stuff like this happens, I'm like, oh, like damn, that sucks because I like this character.
I mean, that's kind of supposed to be what Apocalypse was about. But you're saying you wanted more than that. You wanted
I just need a little bit more than that because Apocalypse had a lot of stuff going on because you're trying to focus on Apocalypse, you're trying to focus on the thing that's going on with Magneto and Xavier, of course.
Yeah.
And then you have all the other new characters. Like you literally introduced Archangel and Nightcrawler and Storm and all these characters and on top of Jean, and it's like, okay, well, this is a lot going on. So I just wish they kind of spaced it out a little bit more. Whereas with what's my girl's name?
Mystique.
Mystique. We got a bunch of movies with her. We got a bunch of movies with Beast. We got a bunch of movies with all these characters. So when they get hurt or they get killed or it's like, oh man, that sucks. I like this character a lot. So yeah, I just kind of wish with Jean it was I had more time with her.
Yeah, I don't really know the background about if they were planning on doing the whole Dark Phoenix thing. I mean, I think they were obviously setting it up in Apocalypse when they had the whole Phoenix motif with her at the end.
At the end, yeah.
Talking about what you were saying, I wrote down every movie they introduce a lot of characters, and there's always a few just jobber characters. They're usually working with either Magneto or the bad guy or something. And it's I don't care about them. It's you had Angel in the last movie, you had fucking the dreadlock guy in this, and that chick who got thrown out of the train.
She just got grabbed by her bald ass head and thrown out.
The Dora Milaje reject. Yeah, that's interesting. That was so funny, dude.
She turns around. I love how Max explained it. She's like, wow, Magneto, we're a great ass team. We're a good ass team. And immediately gets thrown out.
And I was continuing what Stock was saying. And I wasn't a big fan of the whole thing of being oh, Xavier is just it for he loved the fame and stuff. And because it's a weird follow up to Apocalypse how that ended.
How so?
Mystique joining the team at the end of Apocalypse, starting her being this team thing, it's not working out. Not Xavier.
Well, yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Xavier's the real villain, and him just not even really caring about the kids is the start of this almost. Where he's just yeah, they got this, they'll be fine. Oh, this is weird.
Well, see, the thing is but Xavier always had this idea. It was the same thing with First Class. The whole thing was Magneto was they're just kids. You're literally throwing kids in there. But he's always had this idea of yeah, but I'm trying to make them more than who they think they are. So I think it was still within his character. I don't really necessarily think is like completely like out of left field or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it was within his character for him to be like, like, yeah, I do feel good about like all of this that's happening to us because for one time in our lives we're not getting hunted and killed, and what I mean. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
He was fine with lives being lost as long as the mission went through.
I mean, yeah. I think I don't know. Like, I think one of my I think I like this movie more than Apocalypse. I'll say that. First out, I think I do. One thing I was really bothered by, to the point where I actually looked it up, is how just unceremoniously they kind of tossed Mystique out of the story.
Yeah.
And I was really wondering about that. I looked it up, and I don't know if this is true, but I think Jennifer Lawrence just like didn't want to be in this one. She just kind of wanted out of the series.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that would explain a lot about how they just killed her off, because I didn't see it coming. But as it was going on, I was like, man, I don't feel it. Like,
it was like an edgy situation.
Well, I think I think what's important about it is that Mystique is supposed to be really important in this series. Like, they actually put a lot of focus on her in these movies. And so when she's just tossed out of the way in this, it's like, well, that doesn't feel right, because she's been really important in all of these movies.
Yeah, which is crazy because they have like the whole beginning arc with her of her kind of being on Magneto's side, right? And then that kind of comes to a close with Apocalypse. And it's like, okay, well, now she's starting to be on Xavier's side, even if she's still battling with the idea that he's like maybe not doing it all for the right reasons, I guess. And then she just immediately dies.
I mean, yeah, she's always been the one to toe the line between them, which is interesting about her.
Yeah, but I just think it's cool that they started her art with just kind of being on. Well, I get First Class is she's throwing the line in that one too, but it is like more so towards Magneto than it is Xavier, and then it finally kind of seems like it's kind of going back towards Xavier, and then she dies. So, yeah, I didn't know that she didn't want to be in it, but yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That could be speculation, but it would make sense if that were true. So that's one thing I had was just about kind of the whole Mystique thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
They wrote your boy out the story.
Yeah, they're like, Quicksilver, he tripped, and that's the end. He's gone.
Yeah, that was that was dumb.
He's so strong. He's so powerful.
Alright, let me see. Let me actually go into some of the stuff I have. I did like that, even though I didn't really like how they handled Mystique's death, I did like the scene with Charles and Hank, and how just that scene where they were together and talking about her death. I thought that was good. Another thing that kind of bothered me, I want to go through all the stuff I didn't like first. Another thing that bothered me is that since they got rid of Mystique and the focus was more on Jean, I don't care about Scott Summers in these movies.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't care about him. I don't care about his relationship with Jean.
Yeah, me neither.
So that I just didn't feel anything for his character and how he was like, "We gotta save. If I'll fucking kill you."
I'll kill you. Yeah,
I don't care about you, dude.
Yeah,
I've never really liked Cyclops, but in this guy, I just don't give a fuck about it. I like hang on, let me not go with likes. What else did I not like?
Fuck.
Yeah, the biggest thing though, beyond all that, I think my biggest problem with this movie is that there's just fucking shape-shifting aliens running around.
Yeah, they don't.
I just don't like that. This is a show this is a theory that's supposed to be like the weirdest thing going on is that like people are born with weird mutant powers.
No, there's shape-shifting aliens that pop up like, oh yeah, we got here.
And we
That's
want
weird. I don't
our planet back.
I think the story could be a lot stronger if they write out the aliens and sort of write it around what they are, the themes that they already have going. Like, even Apocalypse was like a weird villain, but it was like, at least it was all stemmed from mutant powers and shit.
Wait, but he's also an alien, right? Oh no, he's
he
the
was
first
he was
mutant.
the first mutant, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like aliens. I didn't like the alien villain. Whatever.
My issue with these type of movies, like especially like Apocalypse and this one is, I feel like always the big baddie always has like telekinesis. Like, didn't Apocalypse also like move things with his hand without like touching them? Like,
I mean, he could like tap into other people's powers and shit. And yeah, I mean, I guess it was kind of vague.
Because he does that thing with Quicksilver where he sees him, right? And he like lifts up metal or something or he lifts up the ground so he could break or grab his leg so he could break it. So it's just kind of like, why are all these characters like using telekinesis to fight? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think why I liked First Class so much is that it wasn't like there wasn't really a big traditional villain. It was more just like fucking focusing on Eric and Charles and just how their ideologies differ from each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Same
with like Days of Future Past.
Daisy had like fucking Peter Dinklage in there. He was an asshole, but yeah. So I didn't really like the villains. But beyond that, there's not a lot more than that I'm like, I didn't really like that. I'm trying to think of other stuff where I'm like, yeah, that didn't do it for me. Is there anything else, like any other big things that you thought were like?
I think, like you said, I think this movie is pretty short. Like, even because I've seen like half of this movie already. So when we got to the part where I was like, oh wow, we're already at this point. Like, I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer. But I think if this movie would have dragged on a little bit longer, I think I wouldn't have liked it as much. But I don't know. I mean, it depends on what they filled in with the time. But I just think like if it was dragging out with long, drawn out scenes, I think I would like, all right, just get to what I need to see. I also didn't really care for like Jean's last little my emotions make me strong.
Yeah, I mean that was just kind of like an obvious line.
Yeah, I don't really like obvious lines like that. Like,
yeah, especially when it's supposed to be like the big climactic ending line and stuff.
Like, it's not as cool as I am Iron Man. Like, callbacks, that's cool, but like I'm my friends are my power. I'm good. You can keep that.
Yeah, that was that. Like, honestly, I going into stuff that I did like, I thought Sophie Turner was pretty good. I like Sophie Turner a lot more in this movie than I liked her in Apocalypse.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
That's especially because she had more to do also.
Yeah, and like just like Cyclops, I don't really care about Jean Grey that much. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was her story was done decently well in this movie. It's for the most part. There are a couple things about it where I'm like, yeah, I don't really. Anyway, yeah, so she did good. Pretty much all the performances were good. I like that they gave Nightcrawler more stuff to do because I like Nightcrawler.
Yeah, same. I forget.
Yeah. I liked the score. The score was great.
Okay, I thought I was like listening to it. That's the one thing I was gonna bring up. I actually really love the music in this movie. I was like listening to it, I was like, man, this is bumping. Like, this is so.
Yeah, I love in the final, like after the train crash and they were in that, like Jean Grey was just fucking motherfuckers up. I love the score in that scene. It was great.
I like I think the score in the beginning when they're like either in space or something. I think they were in space, and I was just like, man, this sounds so good. Like. Yeah,
music was good.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And then the action I thought was really cool.
I told Riley, I was like, if I don't watch this movie for anything else, I want to see that train scene again. Like,
the train scene was so good. Just
I was
every
like,
character was just awesome. like every character was just doing bad. Like Beast was awesome. Like
He like
Beast is
grabbed
like on
one,
the average
threw
level.
to the wall with the other guy, and like slashed both their throats.
Like Beast is kind of in the middle for me in terms of X-Men, but he was a badass in this. Yeah, the whole train fight was great. I liked Jean just disintegrating fools
Great,
at the
yeah.
end. That was cool.
Yeah. Like Magneto do that, like he like wrapped around a chain around dude's neck and like pulled it tighter, and he grabbed like a little small piece and like went between two. Oh man, I was like, yo, this is so cool, dude.
Yeah, and yeah, all the action I think was. I'm sure there's some stuff in there that I'm forgetting where it's like that was kind of lame, but pretty much all the action was good.
The street battle could have been a little bit better. But it was okay. Like, it wasn't terrible, but maybe because I just don't like Dreadlock guy. I wish they would have had like a cooler mutant.
He's alright. I mean, I liked how he used his powers, but obviously, like, he was a nothing character. I don't know if they ever gave his name or anything.
Yeah, I think that my favorite Jobber quote unquote characters was in Days of Future Past, like the teleportation and like the guy with he put his beam into like a gun. Like I thought that like because they worked well with each other. Whereas
I like the teleporting guy from fucking First Class, Azazel or whatever.
Oh yeah, I did like Azazel. Yeah, Azazel was cool. He's like a demon.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He really keep like teleport those guys in the air and just
just to take out all the guards and stuff. I liked the ending. The ending was great because the whole series should be about Magneto and Professor X. So I like that they got their own little send off as the final scene. I was gonna mention, this is what I was talking about. I'll mention when we're done. Is you were talking about how like he's just gonna read his mind when they play chess. But I think the idea, and this is an idea that I think they do quite often, and I've always liked, is that one is that Charles doesn't want to read Eric's mind because he feels like he did that once, and it was just such a betrayal of their trust and stuff. And the other thing is that is kind of even more powerfully shown when Eric shows up without the helmet because he has that trust in Charles as well that he won't do it.
Yeah. I was just joking when I said like he's gonna read his mind. Yeah. I was like, I hope Riley doesn't think I'm like serious.
No, I knew you were joking.
Yeah, that's the one thing I thought was like I really love about those characters, and I think is really compelling because I just like whenever Charles has to get into Maggie's mind, he's always like don't make me do this, like please, like I really don't want to, like please, just I'll always make you choose. You choose, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to force you into anything. I just really love those two characters, both old and young.
Yeah. One thing I may be misremembering, what happened to Psylocke at the end of Apocalypse?
She just left.
She didn't join either side.
Nope, she just walked away.
Didn't join the team at the end?
Nope.
Okay. Then I was misremembering. I was like, shouldn't Psylocke be here?
I thought she just disappeared. Like, I thought...
No, she got up, she looked at them, and she turned and left.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. That's all. Those are all the specific notes I've written down. Overall, it was just kind of like... It was a movie that had a lot of problems, but it was short enough and kind of... It was unambitious enough to where I
like that. I like that word.
It wasn't trying to be more than it was.
Yeah, it's and that was both a hindrance and a like they played it very safe with this movie.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I like it more than Apocalypse, because Apocalypse was just trying to be just like it was end of the world, like the most powerful mutant who ever lived. And obviously, when you go that high, it's a lot easier to disappoint.
Yeah. For that type of shit, you just gotta have a very like cool villain and cool motivations. But what the fuck did Apocalypse even want?
He was God.
Become immortal. Tap into everyone's head.
And
the
make mutants
infinite
the
Tsukuyomi.
a mutant world.
Yeah, I mean, rule over everyone.
Yeah. So those are all my thoughts. I'd give it a hearty average with some cool stuff.
Yeah, I can second that. Average for some cool stuff. I think I still like it more than Apocalypse. It's also because I really love the action in this movie more than Apocalypse 2. I think I can't remember any
too
cool
yeah,
other than
just about to
fucking
say.
Quicksilver. But like,
yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
I can't even remember stuff from Days because Days was really cool. I can remember stuff from First Class because First Class is really cool.
What about you, Max? You got any other hot takes?
Nah.
Chris?
Wolverine was not in this movie. -6.
Not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have. I don't know. I think that would have been a hindrance to it.
He doesn't really have
Yeah.
anything to do here.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he had nothing to do with Apocalypse. Yeah, he still came and murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah, but that was like a cameo.
Yeah, no. I know. I was just saying. For some reason, they just find some way to fit him into Dark Phoenix somehow. It was like, oh yeah, he was actually a prisoner on that train. So when that guy let loose everyone, he also let loose a Wolverine.
Damn. That was fun. Any closing thoughts?
We still have the New Mutants, but that's gonna have to wait because I'm not gonna watch that next week. I wanted to stay away from fucking X-Men for a little bit.
I think this is like pretty much the definitive ending anyway.
Unless
New
you guys
Mutants
want to
have,
watch
like,
Days of
nothing to
Future
watch.
Past.
Maybe.
Yeah, the next cycle of X-Men stuff we could do the New Mutants, Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2.
Ooh.
Even though that's the opposite order. But I'd rather have a climbing because I don't know about the New Mutants. I think I've seen like a little bit on it, and I'm just like, oh, this looks okay. I think I might feel the same way I feel about like Dark Phoenix. Where it's just like, it's okay. It's like one of those things. If it's playing in the background, I'm probably not gonna turn it off. But I'm not like going on my way to find it.
I'm interested because I know like nothing about it really. Because I remember seeing, I saw like maybe half of the original trailer that came out back in like 2018 or whenever it came out.
Never seeing that.
And I just know nothing about it other than fucking Maisie Williams is in it, and that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just went through like development hell for a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
so did this. Like I read this movie had like a year of post production on it, which I know a lot of, like that does happen with a lot of movies, but I imagine it wasn't a very smooth post production.
Especially if you had I don't know if like the rumor of what's the name wanting to leave, like did that take place during filming or like before? Did she decide like, hey, I don't want to do this, like make this my last movie? Anyway, that's it.
That was fun.